This is not the same Manchester City. This is not the version of Manchester City that pass you to death. Possession is paramount. Above all else, we must maintain the ball and pass the opposition to death to eventually win the game. No, that has been not entirely abandoned, but there's definitely a new and improved version of Manchester City. So we are not back. If we are back, we're back to winning ways, but we are beyond back. This new version of Manchester City, I love them. I'm absolutely buzzing. It's so entertaining to watch. You ask the neutral who you would rather watch right now. Arsenal, boring you to death, probably going to go and win the game 1-0 with a monotonous set piece. Or would you rather watch Manchester City, who have gone more direct, using the pace and the power of Erling Haaland? As a result of not having control of the ball as often as we have done in previous games, we're conceding a few more chances. But we've got a world-class goalkeeper who's making saves that are just so entertaining to watch. It's brilliant. I'm loving watching Manchester City right now. Question is, though, is it going to win us trophies? Is it going to get us over the line for a Premier League title? I think this is probably more suited to winning cups, Champions Leagues, FA Cups, potentially. Over the course of the season, if you continue to give up chances, then maybe you get exposed in the long run. But we're scoring goals. We're scoring more than anybody else, and we're doing it from open play. We're not boring you by just doing it from set pieces. But Manchester City, in this here, let me show you this right now, because this is the attack momentum from the Manchester City Dortmund game. You can see Dortmund got off to a decent start there at the beginning of the game. But that spell in the second half where they scored their only goal of the game. You're looking at that and thinking, well, that's a concern for City. But it's how we managed that. Again, City are back. We are beyond back. For me, beyond back, because the old version of City would have crumbled in that situation. Dortmund turned it on. They turned it on. They started to turn the screw on City and produce chances. City took their foot off the gas. But Pep is back. Pep is refined. A new and improved version of Pep Guardiola as well, because he brings on the substitutes. Ruben Diaz, Cherki, Bernardo Silva, they all enter the fray. And just see out the game, and we killed off the momentum, and Donnarumma was just handling everything in that situation. It was a fantastic performance from City and a new version of Manchester City that is going to entertain the masses. And I'm not really interested in doing that, to be honest, because I'd still rather win trophies over the grand scheme of things, in all honesty. But still, it's brilliant, and I love watching it. It's so good. Let's have a look at the match stats. There you go, 50% possession each. We don't have the ball as much anymore, but we are smashing teams 4-1. Dortmund, by the way, they're a bloody good side. They didn't play badly yesterday. We convincingly beat them 4-1, yet we didn't need the ball to do it. We needed half of it. We needed half of the possession, as you can see. But we created plenty of chances, lots of positivity. The passes as well, it's almost identical. 478 to 472 passes. You know, brilliant stuff. Brilliant stuff from City to win that game. Let's have a look at the player rating, starting with Big Don, the Don man, Big Donnarumma. Vital contribution after Dortmund scored, in all honesty. Like I said, it was elite game management, a streetwise performance from Donnarumma. He still produced some big saves throughout the game, but I'm talking about those moments where he slowed the game down. Really impressive from Donnarumma. Those two slide tackles as well. That was a moment that was a little bit, oh shit, we're going to concede a second here. But he came flying out of his net, slide tackle after slide tackle, and clears the danger. That is entertaining. It's a little bit worrisome, to be honest. I was a bit, but still, watching it back, I'm like, you know what, Donnarumma, I think he's going to get winners of so many points this season, this guy. He is so vital to the amount of points we already have this season, and he's going to get us many more. Brilliant stuff from Donnarumma, so I've given him an 8 out of 10. Diaz, he came on for 11 minutes. Good to see Pep recognising the Dortmund danger. He was a vital contribution, sending on another centre-back as well. No shame in that. You know what I mean? Arsenal are getting patted on their back left, right and centre for being this defensive team that are just like, you know, no one gets past us. But when is the last time you saw Pep send on a centre-back without taking one of them off? Sending on 3, we had Stones, Diaz and Vardiol, and just admitting that we're in trouble here. Dortmund, they're posing a danger, so send on Ruben Diaz, and it just stifled the game. All of a sudden, Dortmund's threat seems to have been killed off. The sting was taken out of their tail as a result of that. Great stuff from Pep, great stuff from Ruben Diaz, and I felt his presence too is going to be needed. We need the best version of him against Liverpool, though. Really important, 6.5 for Diaz. Stones, he had that one daft moment I felt in the first half, getting caught on that ball that led to a Dortmund shot in the first half. But after that, I felt like he was pretty steady. Good to see him getting minutes without getting injured as well, which is important. There was a massive block in the second half against Adeyemi. Vital bit of defending. Again, similar to Donnarumma, really. A vital moment of contribution to the team that was the reason we won the game, because that would have been an almost certain goal, would have become 3-2, and then we could have potentially have been looking at a real problem for Manchester City. But moments like that from players in the know, brilliant. Great stuff from John Stones overall, and I've given him a 7 for that. Guardiola. He was our most active defender, I felt like. The numbers suggest that. Very, very aggressive against Girasay. Not an easy opponent to deal with. Dortmund's top scorer as well. Very physical opponent to deal with. And you can see that with the numbers. There's still a few silly passes in there from Guardiola. One that was the reason why Donnarumma had to come out of his goal, because it was a square ball from Guardiola that was a bit wayward there. But still some important defensive contributions for Guardiola, so he just gets a 7, nearly a 6.5, but I just give him a 7 because his numbers are pretty decent. Núñez, certainly wasn't a bad performance. I think we saw a few of his signature moments where his speed is just bailing us out of trouble, but I would argue in this game, it was trouble of his own making. There was a couple of times where he bailed himself out, not the team, because he gave it away in the first half, and then we had to sprint back, and he got the ball back. But yeah, rectifying the trouble he caused himself. But I still don't think he had a bad game at all. Not a massive threat, really, coming down Dortmund's left-hand side. And he wasn't really asked to go forward too much, because it was very much don't get in Savinho's way. Let Savinho command that right side of the pitch. And we didn't see too many overlaps from Núñez through this game. Kind of letting Savinho do his thing. Giving Núñez a 6.5. O'Reilly, he had that big chance in the first half. The ball was a little bit behind him. He had to hook it back. He was off balance a little bit. Still got it on target, which is great. Still felt like he probably should have scored in that situation. Probably should have bagged there. But like Núñez, it wasn't a bad performance at all. Moments he could have done better. I liked his aggression. There was a moment where he got clattered by a Dortmund player. I can't remember which Dortmund player it was, but I've never seen O'Reilly get angry. You know, he seems so level-headed and calm on the pitch, which I think is why Pep loves him, by the way. But I also like to see that aggression. He got annoyed and just went, fuck this, and went and put one on him. You know what I mean? Got booked. He got booked for it, but I like that. I'm all about that. Just putting one on him. Bit of revenge. Bit of revenge there from Nico O'Reilly. I like to see that. Still, though, 6.5 for Nico O'Reilly. The other Nico G. Brilliant defensive performance in particular. Fantastic numbers. Loads of recoveries. Winning most of his duels. Great stuff. It is great stuff from Nico G. Wasn't able to break the lines quite as well in an offensive outlook of the game compared to his performance against Bournemouth, where I thought he was feeding some lovely balls through that Bournemouth midfield. Didn't quite do that against Dortmund last night, and he was caught out of position actually a few times in that spell, in that attack momentum graph that I showed you at the beginning of the video, where Dortmund started to look a bit more dangerous. In that spell, he was caught out of position a few times, but still, though, over the course of the game, he was a vital component to Manchester City's win. Really, really important from Nico G. 7.5. Bernardo Silva, same as Diaz, came on for the final 11 minutes, steadied the ship, won his ground duel, the only one, won his only aerial duel, the only one. Great stuff, and it's a much-needed 11 minutes from Bernardo Silva. Will he be starting against Liverpool? Probably will. Pep loves him. Going to be interesting to see where he plays and instead of who. 6.5 for this game, though, for Bernardo Silva. TG Reinders. Great to see him bump his numbers up. Buzzing for him, man. Bagging 2 assists. A huge improvement on recent performances for Reinders. Really, really impressed with last night's performance overall. Produced a big save as well from Kobel in that first half. Great strike on target as well, because a lot of his shots have been flying over the bar lately. Won 2 out of his 3 ground duels, because we were all getting very annoyed with him for 0 out of 7 against Aston Villa. This time it was winning 2 out of 3, and he got clattered by Kobel as well, getting stuck in a little bit more. We need to see that from Tijani Reinders, and it was good to see against Dortmund. Pep's got a big decision to make. Massive decision for the Liverpool game. Will he start him? This game, though, Reinders 7.5. Foden. Sensational man of the match performance from Felipe Fodinho. Those numbers are just unreal, man. They're so good. His 2 goals actually comes from a total of 0.2 XG, and he bagged 2 goals. It was the majestic finishes, man. Both of them just slotted home, just gliding them into that bottom corner of the net. Lovely, lovely stuff. And it wasn't just the goals either. I thought his link-up play was fantastic. His positioning all season has been fantastic. And I actually think he hasn't taken advantage of some of the positions he's found himself in this season as often as he should have done. But last night, he was ruthless. He was punishing Dortmund left, right and centre. Some lovely link-up play, pulling strings, deft touches and goals. That's what we need, man. It's just like, it's no longer Haaland FC if Foden can produce performances like that. We've got 2 players that are going to deliver with Doku and potentially Reinders and Cherki as well. These players now, if they start adding to the GNA and taking that burden off Haaland, then God knows what we're going to do this season. It's going to be a really good season. Probably should have bagged a third, actually, because he dinked that ball to Savinho. I thought he took a touch. I thought he should have had a shot at that moment, but Savinho put it over the bar. Still, though, 9 for Phil Foden. Doku, I just want to point straight away to those ground jewels. Just 14 attempts. That is what I'm talking about. Winning 9 of them as well. I love him, man. I absolutely love him. We need a few other players to apply themselves on a consistent basis like Doku does. Every game Doku's getting stuck in like this. It's just in his nature. Now, you just wish, I swear, if all of the players had that attitude to applied themselves like that, we'd be unstoppable. It doesn't work out like that, unfortunately, because it's more of a personality trait than anything. But he got himself another assist. That Haaland-Doku chemistry formulating is bubbling in the lab, in the Pep Guardiola laboratory. He's mixed a bit of Doku chemical with Haaland chemical, and the chemistry is bubbling into something decent. And now we're getting goals as a result of it. Brilliant stuff. Something really to get excited about. Doku and Haaland linking up. Great stuff. 7.5 for Doku. Savinho. He's been getting a lot of stick lately. From me as well, not just me, other people as well. Lots of City fans are upset with Savinho, and I don't think it needs to be a long-term hate thing. It needs to be a make sure we applaud him when he does well. And last night, I thought he did well. I thought he did very well yesterday. I thought it was a much improved, very much needed improved performance from Savinho. His numbers aren't actually that far behind Doku. They are behind Doku, but they're not far behind. He was getting stuck in, you know. He's still, what is it, 6 out of 11 ground jewels? So it's not bad. It's not bad at all. He's getting stuck in. That's what I want from him. I can't remember who it was for Dortmund, but he bodied, was it Svensson? It might have been Svensson, or it might have been, I can't remember who it was, but it was a Dortmund player he bodied on the touchline, and was, as a result, we go and score a 3rd goal. Physical approach from Savinho. We need more of that, because he has been a soft touch for us since we've signed him, and I want to see him getting stuck in as well. I thought he was being really dangerous as well, carrying that ball down that right side in the first half in particular. End product is the issue now. We need him to finish the ball. His shooting has always been a problem, but if you're not putting it in the back of the net yourself, we want to see him get those assists, because that's when you start delivering, and we can forget about you not scoring if you're getting assists. It's not as big a problem, but not doing either right now is where the frustration comes from, because we need that. We can't have a right winger that's not delivering in any of the 2 columns, in the G column or the A column. We need you to do one or the other, preferably both, but one or the other, please. And he's not doing it in either, but still a decent performance from Savinho, a step in the right direction. 7 out of 10 for Savinho. Cherki. Effective is the word. I can't remember who said it in the chat, but effective is the word. Absolutely, 100%. Cherki is effective. He is just delivering. Postman Cherki with his timely delivery service that promises 100% customer satisfaction. I don't know about you, but I'm bloody satisfied. Very satisfied with the delivery of Cherki. Extremely pleased. Loving him. I'm loving him. He just comes on in 11 minutes. No problem, mate. I'll pop one in the bottom corner and make sure the game is won. There you go, man. Absolutely love it. Superb goal as well, by the way. What a finish. What a finish. The run just onto the edge of the area, just past Ghosts, past Job. No problem there, mate. Slots it in the bottom corner. I mean, 7 out of 10 for Cherki, by the way. But I mean, if you are insisting on starting Reinders and Cherki and Foden, there's only really Bernardo Silva who is the player that would make way. And therefore, Cherki goes on the right and probably has to invert. Can he do that, Pep? Can you do that against Liverpool? I'm not so sure. So I think there's a massive decision coming here. I want to hear your thoughts. What would you do? I know most of you are going to go for Cherki and Foden, and I'm probably with you, in all honesty. But Reinders put himself he threw his hat in the ring yesterday. Reinders for me, and I thought it was a much improved input performance from him as well. Good to have these headaches, though. It's good to have these problems. These are positive problems to have. Haaland, he only scored one. Rubbish. Crap. Stick to YouTube, mate. Pants. I know, superb. Superb again from Haaland. I mean, my favourite moment wasn't actually the goal. It was that run where he received it from a quick free kick from Foden, turned and just like held off like 3 Dortmund defenders, similar to the Brentford goal as well, where he just holds off these defenders like they're children. Do you know what I mean? Like he's just bullying them, man. And then squares it to O'Reilly. O'Reilly should have scored, in all honesty, and probably should have got Haaland an assist. But it's fantastic stuff. You just hopefully he can bully Virgil van Dijk Sunday afternoon. We need him. We need him to do that. 7.5 for Haaland in this game. Marmoush and Aït-Nouri, they came on for 4 minutes. Not too much to talk about there, in all honesty, but still, overall, a sensational performance from Manchester City yesterday, and a different Manchester City. That's the key takeaway from this feeling I'm getting from Manchester City. It's different, but it's good. It's different, but good. Do you know what I mean? It's not the same Manchester City anymore. It's a new, evolved Manchester City, you know? And I think a lot of people were criticising Pep last season for his inability to adapt. I would love to hear your opinions right now, because this is one of the biggest adaptations I have ever seen from a Pep Guardiola side, and we are very much challenging on all fronts for silverware. Long way to go. Long may it continue. Let me know your thoughts. Like and subscribe to Typical City, and I'll see you in the next one.
This is Typical City now, holding up silverware.